Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a journal with me with a twist. So I watched a video from Journal with Dolly a while back where she did a 50 facts about me tag. I believe this was a popular thing many years ago in the Journal YouTube community. But like Journal with Dolly, I thought it would be a really cool idea to do as this voiceover. So here I'm just doing some journaling from a couple of days, so I thought I'd just, like I said, do the 50 facts about me over it. So I just googled 50 facts about me and picked a couple of random websites to get inspired. So let me just get stuck in. So number one, my name. So my name is Lisa, and a funny fact about my name is that my initials are LFC. So my dad did this on purpose. He's a big Liverpool fan, which I guess can lead on to fact number two. So a football team I support. So I guess if I had to pick a football team, it would be Liverpool. I don't really follow football, but yeah, if I had to, it would be Liverpool. Fact number three, where I grew up. So I grew up in Coventry, which is in the West Midlands. People say I don't really sound like I'm from Coventry though, I've got a bit more of a posher voice. Fact number four, where I currently live. So I currently live in Liverpool. I've lived here for about 5 years now and I absolutely love it. There's always lots going on, well, in normal times, not COVID times, and people are always so friendly and always just willing to be kind and helpful. Fact number five, how tall am I? So I am about 5'6". I'm not actually sure exactly, but about average. Fact number six, cats or dogs. So I'm definitely a cat lover. I do love dogs too, but I definitely choose cats over dogs. I just feel dogs are a lot more hard work and maintenance, and I put my hands up to anyone who has a dog and puts all the effort and time they take to look after and care for. I definitely think one day maybe when we're a bit older we'll have a dog, but at the minute we're happy with just our little cat. Fact number seven, so have I gone to college? So I think this was an American website I'm on, so I take it as college, it means university. So I did go to college though. I did health and social care college, and then I went to university. So I moved to Scotland, and I went to the University of Dundee where I did my training to become a nurse. Fact number eight, so favourite drink. So I think I don't really have a favourite drink. I don't really drink many fizzy drinks, apart from the odd bit of lemonade, but I do like fruit teas and I like iced tea. And if we were going to say for alcoholic drinks, I really like a nice cold cider or a nice fruity cocktail. Oh, another little fact about me, which is maybe a little bit unpopular, is that I absolutely hate Coke and Pepsi and all them sorts of drinks. Diet Coke, Dr. Pepper. I don't know if there's a certain like additive in it that makes me feel really sick, but I've never really liked them because they've always made me feel a bit ill. Number 10, favourite animal. So I absolutely love sheep. So I know this is a bit of a controversial favourite animal, but I've been obsessed with sheep since I was about 10, when I went on a school trip, and it was like to a farm type place, and they sheared a sheep and took all its wool off, and I got to take a little bit of wool home, and since then I've been absolutely obsessed with sheep. I used to collect things with sheep on, anything with a sheep on. It got a little bit too much though. I got a bit too much stuff. So, but still, favourite animal, a sheep. But 11, favourite perfume. So I don't tend to really wear a lot of perfume. I'm really not very girly. But I'd say my favourite was Daisy by Marc Jacobs, and I recently just got Daisy Spring, which is lovely and fresh. Number 12, tea or coffee. So I'm definitely a tea lover. I like English tea, chai tea, and any fruity teas. I'm actually currently drinking a strawberry and cucumber tea. I don't really drink coffee. It's the same as Coke. It gives me that funny, like jittery, sicky feeling. I don't know whether it's something to do with the caffeine, but I'm normally fine with teas and stuff. So, but I do quite like the taste of coffee, but it just makes me feel bleh, like Coke. Number 13, do you play or have you played any sports? No, I'm not very sporty at all. I'd always get involved to give anything a go, but I've never mastered any sorts of sports. I'm not very athletic in any way. Number 14, so favourite movie. So this one I found quite difficult because it depends on my mood really of what sort of movies I like and want to watch. I wouldn't say that I've got an all-time favourite movie. One that I really like is Mamma Mia, because it reminds me of a holiday, and it's one of them go-to, just stick it on if you want to have a little sing-song movies. I don't really like any sort of scary films or psychological or gory films. They just play on my mind and I end up just having really bad dreams, so I kind of just avoid any films to do with anything like that. I really enjoy like all the superhero Marvel-y type films. It's one of the only type of genres that me and Sam actually agree on. And the first film I remember watching was a film called Goodnight Mr. Tom, which we watched at school. It was quite sad. It was about kids being evacuated in the war, but for some reason it's always stuck with me, and I actually went and bought it on a DVD. So if you get the chance, maybe give that a little watch. So question 15, so favourite YouTubers. Now this one's quite difficult, I can't just pick one, so I'm just going to tell you about a couple that I really enjoy watching. So first of all, a couple arty journaly ones. So first of all is Emily Lou Art, so I absolutely love her videos. She definitely inspired me to get into daily journaling and explore the journaling community a little bit more. I also love the fact that she's a nurse too. And then Journal with Dolly, so that's the person who's inspired this video. She first of all has fab ideas like this. I love watching her videos and I love all her pages. She always does really colourful and really nice, and they always just seem to gel together really well. Also, she lives quite local to me, and I feel like we're on the same kind of level. And then Lisa from the Lollipop Box Club. So I get a monthly subscription box of crafty stuff every month, but Lisa also does vlogs and crafty videos and other sorts of videos. I've watched her for like at least a year or 2 years now, and I really enjoy her videos. And then lastly, which isn't journal related but somebody I've watched for at least 5 years, is a YouTube channel called Garden Answer. So Laura from Garden Answer basically does garden videos. So if you haven't watched any of my other videos, and you might not know that I absolutely love gardening, it's another hobby of mine. So I've watched Laura's videos for years. I just absolutely love watching them. She's kind of like my little therapy, my little downtime. She posts quite a lot of videos, so I'm really into like keeping track of her garden developments and what she does in her bits and pieces. So I've learned all sorts of gardening stuff from her, and even though she's American, I feel like the zones and things like that are quite similar, so there's a lot of stuff we can relate to. So yeah, I really enjoy watching them. So number 16, so languages. Do I speak any other languages? Which I don't. I do wish I did. I've always wanted to learn another language, and I did want to learn sign language at one point. I was going to try and start a course doing that, but I've just never got around to it. 17, am I single or taken? I am definitely taken, which leads on to number 18, which is what's your longest relationship? So I've been with Sam for 15 years now. We met when we were both 14, so we've been together ever since. Number 19, perfect date. So I'm not really sure. I don't feel like me and Sam ever really dated properly because we were so young at the time. However, we've been on loads of date nights and obviously stuff since we've been together. Well, not in the last year since COVID, but so I'd say my perfect date night would probably be something like going out for a nice meal, and maybe like a concert, or going to like the comedy club or something, or even cinema. It's also nice to just have date nights in the house. Sometimes we'll have like a nice meal and maybe make it a bit more special, and maybe watch a film or get a takeaway. We quite like doing stuff like that. So number 20, describe your sense of fashion. So like I said previously, I'm not very girly in the slightest. I don't really wear much makeup. I'm never really bothered about clothes or fashion or what's the latest trend, but I do feel like I have my own style. I like wearing colourful, flowery, unusual things that I find comfortable. However, some days if I'm not feeling as confident, sometimes I feel a bit silly wearing things like that, but other days if I'm feeling better within myself, I'll be like, yeah, I don't care what people think and just wear what I want, which is good because I should just feel comfortable in what I wear, and I love wearing what I want, and that's all that matters really. So like I say, I don't really wear much makeup. I normally wear a bit of eyeliner, a bit of mascara, and that's about it. So yeah. Question 21 leads on from the last question. So go-to hairstyle. So I love my hair. I've got curly ginger hair. I've never dyed my hair, and I've always loved and embraced my gingerness. For many years, I didn't embrace it really, and I was a bit ashamed of it, but since I was a teenager I've just embraced it, and yeah, so if you've got ginger hair, embrace it, love it. It's such a unique colour. The hairdresser tells me every time that people pay good money and people always ask for our hair colour, so enjoy it, embrace it. I understand why some people don't, but anyway, but at the minute, because of COVID and everything, I've normally just got it up in a ponytail. I have to wear it up in a ponytail or in a bun at work anyway. And at the minute I'm trying to work with it to see if I can get it more curly. I bought some product, which is unusual for me because I don't normally do anything, which is meant to make it less frizzy and keep the curls in, so I'm trying to use that at the minute. But yeah, I need to have it cut because I literally haven't had it cut for more than a year now. COVID problems again. So question 22, how many siblings? So I have 2 brothers who are both older than me. I'm the baby. Question 23, go to fast food order. So I love crispy shredded beef and seaweed, crispy seaweed from the Chinese, or the Chippenese here in Liverpool, as Sam calls it. As here in Liverpool, the Chinese and the chippy are all like one. You don't get, well, you do get the odd chippy on its own, but you don't get like the Chinese on its own. So Sam nicknamed it the Chippenese when we moved here. But since lockdown, we've been ordering a lot of Mexican. I've really been enjoying that. Which leads on to question 24, which is your favourite food. So Mexican is probably my favourite food. I absolutely love fajitas, and I've loved fajitas for years. Recently we've been having quesadillas, which is like a flat wrap with like either chicken, or we do like pulled pork, or sometimes we do steak. And then it's like another wrap on top, and then you fry it, and it's lovely, so cheesy. Cheese is actually probably my all-time favourite food though, I think. I just love cheese on everything. So, question 25, daybird or night owl? I'm definitely a night owl. I'd love to be more of a daybird, but I struggle so much with the morning. I can't be spoke to for the first hour that I'll wake up. Sam's the opposite though. He's such a morning person and loves getting up early, and he's always as bright as a button as soon as he's awake. Number 26 is bad habits. So, bad habits. I've been bad at biting my nails, which I'm a lot better at recently. I don't tend to do it as much. Another bad habit is I'm a bit of an overthinker and a worrier. I just worry about every little thing, which is never good for the brain. Sam will say that I'm also got a bad habit of not taking my plate out and being a bit messy, but I don't think so. Maybe like not instantly, but I always clean up after myself eventually. So, question 27, eye colour. So my eyes are actually hazel. They do sometimes change, and they're sometimes like a more of a greeny yellowy greeny colour, but I guess that's what hazel is. Question 28, countries you have travelled to. So I've not really travelled out of Europe, but I'd love to see more of the world. I'd love to go anywhere in the world. I've been to Spain, Greece, Portugal, Holland, we went to Amsterdam and France. I feel like I'm definitely missing somewhere there, but that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Number 29, favourite holiday destinations. So I absolutely loved Greece. I've been to Crete, and we've been to Skiathos, which is near one of the islands that Mamma Mia was filmed on, which is why I love that film so much. Because I remember we sat eating our tea one night and it was on the telly by the beach, so it was lovely. I loved all the little islands, and the locals were so lovely. But I'd also love to visit mainland Greece one day. And like I said, I'd be happy to travel anywhere that was available to me. Question 30, favourite colour. So orange is definitely my favourite colour. Maybe it's something to do with my hair. I've just embraced the ginger and the orangeness. I also love green and pink and purple and anything. I never used to really like orange, but orange is definitely, not orange, sorry, yellow. I never used to like the colour yellow really. I used to think it was a bit bright, but now these last couple of years I've embraced yellow, and I love the colour yellow too. Question 31, festivals. So I love going to concerts and festivals. I do hope to do these things safely soon. I've been to 2 festivals. So first of all, I went to a little festival in Wales called Croissant Neuf, which I believe is like a little spin-off of Glastonbury. So I think Croissant Neuf had a tent at Glastonbury. And it was really good. It was lovely. It was just good music. I went with my best friend. Everybody was really friendly. There was lots of little stalls, and it was just really nice. I also met Ed Sheeran at that. That was before he was famous though. And then we also went to Tea in the Park when I was at uni. It rained all day on the Saturday, but apart from that, it was really good. A bit mental, but really good. I'm really glad we went. I'd also absolutely love to go to Glastonbury next year for my 30th, but I think it's very, very unlikely that's going to happen. So, question 31, favourite music genre. So, I love most music genres really. Well, probably not, but I am a bit vast. Like, I listen to anything. I'm quite happy listening to all sorts of music. So, I do quite like anything kind of like a bit indie and like rocky, but I also like pop stuff. I also like anything kind of like acoustically. So me and Sam have very different music tastes, and I think his tastes have kind of rubbed off on me a little bit over the years. So I listen to a bit of everything really. Going on to question 32. So this is favourite artists and bands. So like I said, me and Sam don't really have much music taste or movie taste in common, but there is some bands and stuff that he's like that and I now like. and one of them is Stereophonics. So I've always liked Stereophonics, but I'd say they're one of my favourite bands. I think it's because we both really like it, so we've normally always got them on in the house. Another artist I really like I mentioned before, I used to be obsessed with Ed Sheeran, like obsessed. I can't remember the amount of times I've seen him live, but I really like his music, especially his older stuff. But yeah, I like a big vast majority of music, and I'm happy to give anything a listen, really. So question 33 is social media platforms. So I mainly use Instagram, so if you don't follow me already, go over to Instagram and follow me at Lisa's Lovely Life. I do post some bits and pieces. I need to get a bit better, really. I don't really use Facebook anymore, and I've recently joined Reddit. Sam's been trying to get me to download the Reddit app for years, like gone on about it for years, and I've just never done it. I don't know why I haven't done it sooner. On to question 34, so what star sign? So I'm an Aquarius, which is quite fitting really, because I love being in the water, and Aquarius is the water sign. Even though I can't remember the last time I went swimming. Question 35, dream destination. So I'd absolutely love to go to Japan. So we actually were planning on going to Japan this year for Sam's 30th and my best friend and her partner's 30th birthdays, and mine next year. But obviously with the current situation in the world, that's not happening. So hopefully it'll happen one day. I'd also love to visit Canada one day. I'd love to go to Norway or Cuba maybe. I was talking to someone about Cuba the other day and I was like, oh, that sounds beautiful. But realistically, I'd love to go anywhere in the world. I'd just love to travel and see a bit of the world, really. Question 36. So last thing you ate. I just finished eating a Lion Bar, a peanut butter Lion Bar. Do you remember these? Has anyone ever tried these before? They are amazing. I used to love them when they used to be out, and then they've re-brought them back out a couple of years ago, and I absolutely love them. I love peanut butter. Number 37, so what are my religious beliefs? So I actually really don't have any religious beliefs. I'm not religious in the slightest. My family don't follow any religions. I'm not against any religions. I'd say I'm probably an atheist. But I'd always listen to your opinion, and I find it really interesting, all the different cultures and religions there is in the world. It's so fascinating to hear people's beliefs, and so it's not that I'm against any religions, it's just that I just don't believe in any sort of religions myself. Number 38, so instruments. Do I play any instruments? No, I don't play any instruments, which it makes me really sad, because I'd love to play an instrument, just like I'd love to know a different language. Sam actually bought me a ukulele about 5 Christmases ago. I learnt to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but I've forgotten again. Or maybe that was on the keyboard that he bought me a couple of years after that. So maybe one day. I've just got too many hobbies. I'm one of these, a master, what do they call it? A jack of all trades, master of none. I've got too many hobbies and too many interests that I can never master any. Question number 39, so my YouTube name. So my new YouTube name is Lisa's Lovely Life. So when I set this YouTube channel up, I set my YouTube channel up to just to create my videos. So I know a couple of friends had said to me that they loved watching me journal, and they found it really fascinating seeing my journals and stuff. So that made me want to film them, especially with lockdown, so they could actually see what I was doing and watch the process. And then when I decided I was going to make a channel, I had to think of a name, and I struggled with that. So to be honest, I kind of wish I'd picked something else, because it makes out that I've got a lovely life all the time, Lisa's Lovely Life, but obviously nobody's life is lovely all the time or perfect. But the reason I picked Lisa's Lovely Life is, for one, it's an alliteration, which everyone loves an alliteration. I hope I'm saying the right word there. And for two, I overuse the word lovely far too much. So especially in work, I call everyone lovely, 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 lovely. And as you've probably heard me say in this video a few times, oh, that's lovely, that's lovely. Or if you've ever read any of the journaling in my pages, I always start off the day with, had a lovely day. So it's kind of fitting to me. It's not just for the sake of it being an alliteration. I do use the word lovely an awful lot, and I like it. I like the word lovely. So number 40 is my favourite shop. So my favourite shop here in the UK is called Home Sense. So I think Americans and things have a similar shop to TK Maxx. I think they call it TJ Maxx, maybe, something like that. But Home Sense is basically like the home section of TK Maxx, and you get all sorts of like crafty and housey and nice things. I just love it in there. It's all sorts of unusual things that I like going in hunting for. So question 41 is, hobbies. So I have quite a few hobbies. I obviously love journaling and any crafting related thing. I also love embroidery and cross stitch, which I'm thinking of maybe doing some needlework related videos. So let me know whether you think that's a good idea and if you'd be interested in that. I also love gardening, especially this time of year, and I'm amazed how much I've actually learned about gardening over the last few years. Question number 42. So the weather. What's my favourite weather? I love it when it's sunny, but not that overpowering, can't do anything in way. Just like nice sun that you can sit in, but not actually have to jump in a swimming pool. I'm also, as I'm ginger, I burn very easily, so I always have to be careful in the sun for that reason. So yeah, I also like it when it's like windy and cold and rainy, maybe snowy even, but as long as you don't have to go out and you can just get cozy. Like, I loved it after a night shift when I got to go home and go to bed when it was raining. It always made it feel so much more cozier. Number 43 is favourite TV shows. So I love watching Gardener's World. As I said before, I love gardening, so I always look forward to this every week and when it's starting at the beginning of the year, especially this time of year when it's all quite new and fresh. I do find that I get a little bit bored of the garden as the year goes on, but this time I'm all excited for the garden. I also love Gogglebox, so if you're not from the UK, Gogglebox is a programme where you watch people watch TV. It's so stupid, but it's the best show. I love it. I don't know, it's just because it's mindless telly. And they're about the only two things I actually watch on the TV. I don't know why I even pay for a TV licence, really. I guess Sam watches all the quiz shows. I also love binge watching series and such, and I'm really excited, as I've just found out today, that season 16 of Grey's Anatomy is on Disney+. So that is what I'm going to be doing on my week off. So number 44, the last thing I bought. So what's the last thing I bought? I went to the shops on Thursday and I went to Home Bargains, which is like a shop that sells all sorts of bits and pieces, so I actually bought quite a lot of stuff. But one thing that really stands out is a box that I bought, which I bought to organise all my embroidery flosses and things, and it's like a box, and in the top it's got like a tray with little sections, so I'm sure you'll see that one day. So number 45, what do you do to relax and switch off from the world? So obviously journaling is probably the main thing I do to relax and switch off. I find it really therapeutic and just time just for me, and that's all I can, like, I get to concentrate on just that. I also obviously love the gardening, but when I really need to do nothing and not think, probably just binge watching YouTube. That's always a good go-to thing to do to relax. Number 46, piercings and tattoos. So I have my ears pierced and my belly button pierced, which I've got done when I was young, and I have a tattoo on my left hip, which is a clover that I got done when I was in Ireland with my friends. We all got something related to Ireland because we used to go every year. But my clover, it's actually like it's stitched, so I drew it myself and it's as if it's stitched, and it's like the threads hanging with the needle hanging down. It's faded a little bit now, and I'd like to say that I'd get another tattoo, but I'm such a wimp, I probably won't because I don't like pain. 47, favourite season. So spring is definitely my favourite season. I love all of the seasons, but I love spring because I love seeing all the growth. I love it when it's getting warmer. I really don't like being cold, I'm always cold, so when it starts to warm up I really like that. Like I say, I love seeing all the little buds coming up and all the flowers. It really excites me. So number 48 is shoe size. So I'm a size 5, but in certain shoes I'm a size 4 as well, so yeah. Number 49 is somebody I miss. So I definitely miss my dad. I haven't seen him for almost a year now because of COVID. He lives up in Scotland, so obviously the borders and things have been shut during these lockdowns and stuff, so I didn't get to see him at Christmas, obviously because all the rules changed at the last minute, but I'm sure it won't be too long till I get to see him. And lastly, number 50 is pets. So I have a cat called Fifi, which you've probably seen if you've watched any of my videos before, and I think she actually comes in at some point during this video. I'm sure she jumps on the desk at the end now. So we adopted her just over a year and a half ago. She's lovely, she's so fluffy, and she's such a friendly cat. She's a little bit needy as well. Sam always jokes that she's like the cat version of me. She's like a little anxious cat and she gets scared easily. And we've also got a lot of fish. So we have a fish tank, and the fish keep having babies, so there's a lot of fish. We need to go and take some to the pet shop. So yeah, that's it for the 50 questions. Thanks so much to Holly from Journal with Dolly for the inspiration to do this video and this voiceover of 50 questions, facts about me. go give her a follow if you don't already. I'll link her down below, and perhaps maybe if you've got your own channel, maybe you could like to do this same sort of thing. I will list the facts below of what I've done. I've kind of made it up from a couple of lists I found, and I've made some of the questions up as I went along. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed finding out these random facts about me. If there's anything else you'd like to know, just leave a comment below, or any questions you'd like me to expand on. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!